Johnny Drille is here, one of my favorite artists around. How you doing, man?
Good, good, good. Thank you for having
Have
me.
I ever
I'm
asked
happy to be
you
here.
where the name is from?
I don't think you have. A lot of people have asked though.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I'd really so badly want to have like a story behind it.
Like a
but
sweet story.
There's just no story. I just picked it up. It sounded like, an artist name. And
Is your name John?
my name is John, by the way.
Okay.
But Drill, nothing.
You're a Benin boy, I believe.
Of course, I'm from Benin City.
Born, bred?
Yes, lived most of my life there until I moved to Lagos 3 years ago.
So there's a belief that certain parts of the country are known to churn out, this sort of talent.
Yeah.
Lagos, to an extent, Port Harcourt, parts of the East. How much is Benin influence all of this? Because
Yeah,
see, there's you now, and there's you
Yes,
for around, and now there's
actually a bunch
Rema.
Exactly.
A lot of people are starting to bust that.
Morgan,
Cynthia Morgan.
Scales.
Yeah.
So I believe that a lot of great talent have come from Benin. God rest his soul, Magic Fashek, Sonia Koso and the rest of them, Victor Waifo, the list is endless. So great talent. I mean, from all over the country, but Edo State, we've got our own fair share of talented people. Myself, Rema, doing great stuff.
There's a culture of music, sort of.
Yes, there is. Up
that
until
helps.
before I moved to Lagos, there was, because I had big songs already. Like I had Wait For Me. It was already playing in Lagos a lot. But yeah, I was still in Benin. In fact, I had not even visited Lagos that much. It's amazing because I was able to push music from Benin City, and same with a lot of artists from around the town. And not just Benin, Delta State, it's just our neighbors. Great talent, great musicians all around.
I mean, I was born there as well. So
Oh yeah, for real?
I just, yeah.
Oh wow, it's good to know that.
That's my town.
I should have added you to this.
It's fine. I don't sing. I have no talent with music. But I ask that because there's a belief that that Lagos is sort of a little too dominant in the music scene. There's people who believe with every countdown you see, it's sort of Lagos-centric. Do you agree that Lagos is a little too powerful? I've heard arguments about, this guy is popping in Port Harcourt, but I know you guys have not heard of him. This guy is popping in Enugu, in Kaduna. Is that a good thing for the industry where it seems like one city is a little too dominant?
So it's a tricky question. I wouldn't say if it's a good thing or if it's a bad thing. But the truth is that it's our reality right now, because Lagos has become it's become that center where you have to get your music to blow there, and then you get to the rest of the country get to hear your music. And even if you take it to the U.S., for example, LA is kind of like that. Even though the music is a lot more dynamic because you have music in Texas, you have Nashville, the country music, and the rest of them.
Atlanta to an extent.
Exactly,
as well.
but the big record labels and the rest of them, you mostly find them in LA and the big studios and all that. So for Nigeria, Lagos has become that. And I wouldn't say it's such a great thing because Nigeria is so big, it's so vast, different cultures. And it'll be great to see someone from the north who's doing so well in the north still be able to get your music played in Lagos. You could be in the east to get your music to be played in Lagos and still, have that impact. Like you don't necessarily have to move to Lagos, but the reality is that that's what it is.
Yeah.
You see, I had to move to Lagos from Benin City.
Yeah.
I just had to at that point. It was hard traveling back and forth for interviews. A lot of the big radio, TV stations, media houses, you find them in Lagos. Yeah. So you literally have to be here to.
Is streaming going to change that, you think? Because people push their music now on their own.
I think that.
Or Lagos will still be a factor?
For a while, from the way I say it, it's still going to be like that for a while. There was a point that, Port Harcourt, Duncan Mighty, I think Timaya as well, they were making music from Port Harcourt, and it looked like Port Harcourt was beginning to become like a Lagos. But after a while, all that and it still went back to the same old Lagos. Yeah. But I'm hoping that with time that, different parts of Nigeria, they'll begin to develop structures that'll be able to support their artists, and they don't necessarily have to move to Lagos to blow up.
Looking forward to that. But with the kind of music you do, I know you get this a lot. Do you feel the need to sort of appeal to the notion that you are not Nigerian enough with your music? The word I hate, Afrobeats, is the trend. You do your thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what genre you call your music, but it doesn't seem to be the bang bang dim dim that a lot of people like to be a part of. Do you ever feel the need to fall into the pressure?
Maybe once in a while, and also because can't deny the fact that Afrobeat is a big sound from Africa. It's a big sound from Nigeria. It's that big sound. It's what everyone is listening to most people, especially from outside of Africa. And of course, also because streaming has become so popular recently, especially in Nigeria, and in the playlisting and all that, and you have to make songs that fit in the certain playlist. The Afrobeats playlist, you can have a folk song, an Afrobeats playlist, and all that. Maybe once in a while, but I've come to believe that for an industry like the one we have here to grow and even to mature and to become better and bigger, it has to be dynamic. You have to have different sounds, different kinds of music. It's great that Afrobeat is doing so well right now, but we can't at the same time suppress all the sounds that we have. It's beautiful. It's great when an industry can grow and be dynamic, and when we can cater for people that are not doing Afrobeats.
Is there a difference from when you started and now with acceptance?
Of course, there is. When I started, there was always that it's not going to do well. Even from my own friends in Benin, I was hearing that a lot from them. You have to do this. This is what people are listening to. That kind of vibe. Do the Afrobeats, the dance, the club. Even when I was meeting like record labels and people that wanted to invest in my music, that after they tell you, hey, I love your music, I love your sound, it's great. The next conversation is, can you do something like this, to pop in the club and all that.
But now it's a little different.
Now acceptance is great. People have come to accept my music, and especially when I'm having live shows, it just shows me more that there's people that actually appreciate all the sounds that are not Afrobeats.
So what did you do? What was it that Mavens saw? Did you have that conversation with the Mavens because there was a quote-unquote controversial statement that I think John Jazzy made in the past about signing on rappers.
Yes.
And he went, so you can't ever have a rapper on your label. And Mavens Mo Hits, they seem to have a style. Did that conversation ever come up with you with changing or tweaking things?
Yeah, so the first time I met Jazzy, Don Jazzy, the first time he told me he wanted me to join Maven Records, one of the first things he told me was, I think he already knew that if people were already like, hey, Johnny Drille, protect his sound, that kind of stuff. One of the first things he told me was that, I'm not going to change your sound. I'm interested in changing your sound. I'm trying to use this Maven machine that I've used to promote this pop act, this Afrobeats act, to try and promote you as well. He had his concerns, and he wasn't shy about saying them, that, but I'm looking down the line, I'm like, he's did really well, to be able to push Johnny Drille with a structure that I wasn't used to pushing my kind of music. But there's never been that conversation of, you need to start switching up your sound, you need to start changing. But what I do know is that in time to come, there's going to be a lot of fusion because it's beauty of, music.
And the label is diverse. There's a lot of
exactly. Right now we're even expanding. Now it's Maven Global. The sound is international. We've got Rema, we've got Crayon, we've got, Ladipo as a rapper.
You did something with Ladipo.
Yes, I did. Yes. We had there's a series I called Johnny's Music Mondays for every Monday, every fortnight. So I had Ladipo come on. So you see, it's a dynamic label. It's different sounds, different people.
Yeah.
It's just great.
How's this? I mean, the new world order. it's such a weird time. A lot of us are trying to understand how we can move forward and, most importantly, make a living still in times like this.
Yeah.
What's going on with the Johnny Drille brand with regards to you can't perform the way you
I think the whole music industry right now.
What's happening?
It's interesting times we're in. Coronavirus shut down the world. Shut us down, everybody.
It seemed like it was going to be temporary initially,
exactly,
but it's a little too long
I was like, and it's not even looking like it's slowing down, and we don't know how long this is going to continue for. I was just reading recently that the global music industry lost about $10 billion this year, and the whole industry is worth about $50 billion. It just makes me see that we need to start looking at more ways to generate income. To be able to sustain ourselves and whatnot, because no live shows are happening right now, and most artists are depending on stream. And the truth is that in Nigeria, compared to the rest of the world, our streaming numbers are pretty low.
Yeah.
So now everyone's trying to figure out ways, to be able to, and I think right now one of the ways people are trying to get by is to partner with brands, because most artists have clout, they've got following that, a lot of brands who are looking to tap into, advertisement and get their brands out there. They're partnering with a lot of artists these days. So I guess everyone's just trying to figure out things for themselves.
Yeah. Are these online things working? Because I've seen a few online concerts. I've seen a few Instagram Live. The Versus seems to be the thing now for this. How do you generate income from stuff like that?
Well, that's what I was saying. Like you have to partner with a brand.
There has to be a brand partnership.
No, but people are coming on your Instagram Live. They're not
going to pay you.
They're going to pay you. You're not getting money from that.
Yeah.
So, but
is that sustainable? You think?
Right now, it looks like it's one of the few ways. but moving forward, I don't know. We'll probably have to figure out more ways. Globally, it's not just in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Figure out ways to be able to get income aside some streaming.
Yeah. Who are some people you would think are in your headspace when it comes to your genre of music in this country?
All right.
Does somebody come to mind? Are there people who you
so
would...
Of course. So coming to that, like, so there's this tag they usually tag everybody that's not doing Afrobeats. Everyone is
whether it's soul or jazz or
this.
Yeah, all alternative.
It's crazy. You know, there was a time in Nigeria where, you know, R&B was the pop music, was the big sound, and everything else was alternative, was, you know, but now it's you know, Afrobeat is the sound right now. So I try to stay away from alternative, but if I want to look at people that do different music that's not Afrobeat, you know, there's Nonso Amadi, there's Brimo, there's my friend Rick Asani, T-Jan, you know, there is Chike as well, you know, great, amazing arts, and I really do appreciate them because, you know, it just shows us that the industry is dynamic. There's a lot of amazing artists.
Who would you do a versus with?
Versus? Whoa. Probably Rick Asani.
And win.
Rick Asani. I will win, of course, if he's watching right now.
So all those names you mentioned, you think you would go head to head and crush it?
I don't like, you know, to...
But it's what the world has become
what it is right now.
Everybody is doing a versus.
You know.
I mean, it would be nice to see you and a Chike or you and a Rick Asani or you and...
So Rick Asani, Chike, any of these guys.
And you feel like you'll go toe-to-toe with them?
I mean, it's...
Because I'm trying to set it up just mentally now.
I get the point is not about winning or losing. It's just about, you know.
Yeah, we'll have fun, but we also like to vote.
It's you people that want that. You guys want that, but we just want to, you know, play music and sing for you guys.
You mentioned Brimo there, and he's gone through quite a bit of drama recently. You know, especially with the times. You know, we had a conversation about rape earlier.
Yes.
You're wearing black like the other people. You're the one who seemed not to get the memo. Of course, he's denied a lot of the allegations and all of that. But you stay away a lot from drama, and there's people who believe that being in the limelight, you need some of that sometimes because it helps the brand when there's talkability about
controversy.
you. Do you not feel the need sometimes to just throw things out there for people to, because it helps, whether you like it or not?
So as much as I don't like controversy, we at Maven Records, we don't like controversy. I don't even notice. we just stay away from all that stuff. And of course, I know a lot of people try to ride on controversy to sell music or to sell their names and all that. For me, I mean, I just want the music to speak, to be able to speak for itself. I don't want I don't want the news around Johnny Drille to be bigger than, you know, the music. I want you to mention Johnny Drille, and the first thing that comes to mind is great music. And now, hey, he did this, or he did that, or he said this, or he said that. So for me, it's just the music. But there's nothing, I don't have anything against people, you know, especially if it's not controversy that's damaging or, you know, of course, why not?
Yeah. So what sort of controversy would you say is safe?
Controversy that's safe? I don't know. Well, for me, it'll probably be, I don't know. I don't want to say it, but, you know, if it happens,
let's see how
it
we'll fit that.
You know, no, I'm not going to say.
Because the funny thing is, there are people who like to stay mysterious, and there's some controversy in that mystery. I'm thinking of a Beyonce now, who there's always, okay, what is she doing now? How is she going about that? I mean, Whiskey to an extent also does that, where you almost kind of don't know what's happening. We're waiting for Whiskey, your album. It's been 2 years now. I mean, there's also something in that. Is that sort of the line you'd rather toe, where people don't know enough, but anticipate a lot? Yeah,
I think so. That's probably my thing. I'm very introverted. I don't like to, you know, get involved in stuff that, you know, would make me start to think and overthink and, you know, do all that stuff. I just want to make music and make the world happy. That's my thing.
How do you think the music industry is going to recover from this times? Is it going to be a case of until this is done, nothing viable can really happen? Because people are holding back their albums, people are not trying to release too much stuff because it's just going to be a waste of time. You know, you just get, like you said, streaming here isn't even that great, you know. So how long do you think the music industry can hold out for?
I think, you know, just like, you know, we had our lockdown, everywhere was totally locked down, and then they started to ease the lockdown, not because the cases were reducing or anything.
Trying to now learn to live with it.
Exactly, you know. I think at some point, it's probably going to become a bit like that. People will just try to now start to find ways to safely do certain things, maybe safely have concerts, limit the numbers, and all that stuff. But I think coronavirus it's not looking. Hopefully, by God's grace, things will begin to get better. But it's not looking like that right now. The numbers are still increasing. I think last time I checked, we were at like 12,000, over 12,000 cases in Nigeria alone. So I don't think that. I think people are just going to find ways, begin to figure out ways to be able to
exist with it.
Exactly.
What's next for you, man? What's happening? Any plans still for 2020? I know it's a very. It was supposed to be the year.
Yes,
for a lot of people. But is it still the year for Johnny Drille?
Because I was having such a great year when the year started.
January and February were pretty good.
Exactly. February was the month of love. Johnny Drille was everywhere doing shows and
then boom.
Preaching love and all that stuff. And then coronavirus, March, hit Nigeria hard. So for me, but I'm not letting it slow me down. I'm still working on a lot of music. I just released a new song. It's called Something Better. It's a different kind of Johnny Drille, not your usual typical Johnny Drille,
What's unusual about it?
What's unusual is, Johnny Drille is usually, hey, you're the girl of my dreams, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, beautiful, it's just painting love from the beautiful side. But this time I tried to, sing about the other side. So you probably need to go and check that out. Anyways, I'm doing a lot of great stuff. I'm working on new music as well. A lot of collaborations as well.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure out ways. And of course, I've got Johnny's Music Mondays, which is
pretty impressive.
Happens every fortnight, every Monday. Watch out for that.
Yeah. What inspired that?
Well, I've actually been doing that for like 4 years now. I was still in Benin at the time. I was trying to figure out ways to be able to constantly engage with my fans and, still, when I'm not releasing music, I'm still keeping them, still giving them music, still giving them. So every Monday, it used to be every Monday, I would just sit on my keyboard, play the keyboard, sing like a song that people are familiar with or an original song, reimagine it, and, just to have like a different vibe. And people loved it, so I started to do it more often.
It's been like 4 years every other Monday now.
Exactly.
Would you ever do anything in entertainment outside of music?
I probably will.
Acting.
I
comedy.
love that. I have a thing for acting. I have a thing for movies. I'm a movie freak. I've probably seen all the great movies that have come out between 1990 and now. Even like the production. So every time I watch a movie, I'm always going to Wikipedia to check what happened with this movie, how's the reception, how did they produce it and all that. So I'll probably get into movies at some point.
Okay.
Even if not acting, maybe producing movies and all that stuff.
We should be looking out for that.
And I'll get in the restaurant business as well. I'm a pretty good chef.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I like to blow my trumpet.
Chef Drille.
Chef Drille.
Or Chef Johnny.
I've never thought of that.
That'd be an interesting one. You don't get to talk about your personal life a lot, but a lot of people get very interested in stuff like that. So let's just be clear.
Yeah.
With that, are you in a relationship now?
Yes.
With
my music.
I knew you were going to say that, and I hate that so much. Don't be that cliche guy.
I'm in relationships.
Okay.
Yes. With my music and some other people.
So there's multiple partners?
Not multiple partners. It's just,
you said some other people, so I just wanted to be sure. So if you think you are the girlfriend, there's other people besides you.
I didn't say that.
Is what I just said. Well, thank you very much for being here
today.
All the best. Looking forward to all the great things that will still come in 2020.
Absolutely.
I'm sure it's going to be a good year. I will give you a handshake, but I can't, unfortunately. And yes, Rikasani Chike, we're waiting for the verses. He just challenged you guys. Thanks for being here. I'll see you guys in a moment.